All right. Well, it claims that I had an internet connection error, so I don't know what's going on there. I'm still online. As far as I can tell, I'm still streaming, right? You guys are still seeing me, right? Yeah, I mean, it claims it's online. It says right there, online. I don't know. Okay, well, I'm getting told I'm still going, so let me jump back into the game, see where it puts me. I have no idea where I'm going to be at this point. That kind of sucks. And this is exactly what I was talking about earlier, okay? When I first started playing the game, earlier this evening, the one problem that many people, including me, had when it comes to this game is the fact that even though I am sitting here playing this game solo, right? There's nobody else in the party with me. I'm not in a not in a multiplayer session or anything along those lines. Even though that is the case, for whatever reason, Square Enix decided that this game needed to have online only all the time. Okay. So, quite frankly, that is an issue. Okay, if you buy a game expecting that it's going to be a solo game and have no, because there was no, when you bought the game, there was no disclaimer on it that you had to be online all the time in order to play the game. When you buy a game with the knowledge, or at least with the thought, that you're not supposed to, or you're not required to have internet connectivity to be able to play the game as a solo game, a one single player game, to have the requirement that you have to have the internet connectivity is asinine. It really is. It's asinine. Because here you have this situation. I'm online, right? I am connected. Obviously, you guys are still watching me on the stream, okay? And yet, for whatever reason, the connectivity to the server was lost right in the middle of me doing a mission, right in the middle of me having a fun gameplay session, right? To then just, okay, now you got to start it all over again. Now you've got to start, because looking at things, I'm basically, back at the beginning stage of this particular mission. Okay. So why in the hell they decided that it'd be a good idea to make it so that everybody that plays the game has to be online all the time, even though it is not a multiplayer only game. It's not an MMO, right? It's not an MMORPG. It's not CSGO. It's not Apex. It's not Fortnite. It's just a game that is intended, programmed and intended to be able to be played solo. 100% throughout the whole game, solo. Okay, it's no different than Borderlands 2 and Borderlands 3. It's the same. It's just a loot and shoot, So why the requirement that you have to be online all the time? It makes no sense. It doesn't. And this is one of the big problems that people had when they first purchased the game. And it's a problem that I had when I first purchased the game. Here's the issue. Okay, we live in a place that's out in the country. We're so far in the country that if a cow farts into the wind the wrong way, we lose internet, we lose power, we lose all kinds of stuff, right? But we're like right on the edge of where broadband is available. Okay, and our internet limit is like 4,000 gigabytes per month. It's decent, it's decent. But if we were like 5 miles down the road from where we're at right now, we would not have this internet available. We'd have to use something like HughesNet, which is a satellite company, because there's no other way to get online when you're out in the country. Okay. So you buy this game not being told, hey, you're going to have to be connected online all the time to be able to play the game. And then you come home, or, you buy it online and you download it. And look, I mean, when you're dealing with these satellite companies, when you're dealing with these ISPs where you're kind of limited, right? you have to pay for your bandwidth in a big way. So for instance, again, the company HughesNet that's around here, you get like your first 100 gigabytes per month as part of your $50 fee per month, right? But then if you go over that limit, they charge you like another $25 on top of that for every like 100 gigs that you download. Okay. It can get very expensive very quickly because, you know, online connectivity, you go through a lot of data when you're on a PC. Okay. So, if we were having to use that, not only would you have to download the game, which is like 60 gig download. Okay. So there's half of your bandwidth for the whole month just downloading this one single game. Then you go to play it and realize, oh crap, I have to be connected to the internet all the time with this. So now you're having to pay for this online connectivity and again, it can get very expensive depending on where you're at and what kind of connection you have. You know, not everybody out there has decent internet, right? So it's a really big problem. You know, I don't know. I just don't see why they went the route that they did, knowing that there are going to be these kind of issues with people, you know? I don't know. I don't get it. But anyways, enough about that rant. I guess for now, you know, I'm a little frustrated with it. I think for now I'm just going to kind of walk away from it again, you know, and it sucks because again, I played it for one day when I first had it and I had crashes and connection issues and all that kind of stuff. And here, you know, it's a couple of months later, right? April 1st is when it came out and that's the first day I played it. Here it's a few months later. You would think they'd have they've done all kinds of patches to the game, right? You'd think that they had things fixed up enough that I could sit here at 2 o'clock in the morning and expect that I'd be able to be connected to the game long enough to play for an hour and a half. You know, well, even less than an hour because I've been sitting here talking too, you know. So less than an hour's worth of time, suddenly I'm disconnected from the server on the game. And now I got to start things, you know, the progression of that particular mission over again. That's really frustrating. You know, that's really frustrating. So I don't know if I'm even going to pick up this game again. It's an enjoyable game. I like the combat in it. I like the idea behind it. I like the storyline of it. It's really cool. But why the frick they decided to do it online only makes no sense when you're playing it as a single frickin' player game. It doesn't make any sense at all. None. Anyways, I hope that you guys have enjoyed things. I know I've kind of gone off on a little bit of a tangent and a little bit of a rant, but you guys can probably understand, right? I will be back online again tomorrow. I will be streaming again tomorrow, and I hope that you guys will tune in with me as well. I love you guys. Let me give you my dad thought for the day. Don't buy games that are online only if they don't say that they're online only, right? There's your dad thought for the day. Nah, seriously. Let me end on a bit of a positive note, okay? No matter who you are, no matter what you are, make sure that you are having people in your life that are a positive influence, that are good for you, right? Don't have toxicity in your life if you can avoid it, okay? It's just the way it is. If you're working a job that's toxic, you know, seriously, move on to a different job. Don't make your life suffer just because you need that $10 an hour. There are a lot of $10 an hour jobs out there that you could do that would be maybe better off. You know, if you're working a job that's, you know, worth hundreds of $1,000s a year and you're bringing in that decent salary, you know, even then I maybe would consider, if it's a toxicity and negative and not being able to, you know, have some peace in my life, I think I'd probably move on from that. A job is a job is a job. You know, you were looking for the job when you found it. You can look for another one that's less stressful, less impactful on your life. Okay. Anyways, I love you guys. I hope that you've had fun. If you did, make sure you follow. Make sure you subscribe to this channel. I'd love for you guys to join in with my family. And in the meantime, keep safe out there. Have fun. Thank you so much as always for watching. And we'll talk to you again later.